allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Great job, Avery. Thank you very much. At this time, we direct our attention to the Waldron High School Band, who will lead us in our national anthem. Band, whenever you're ready. As the Waldron High School Band leads us in our school's alma mater.
Brenna just brought up a good point. The band's not here tonight, so I help with the noise. We'll hear in a minute, just 1 minute, and then we'll finish your voice. Right up.
I'll be the radio assistant.
We're going to move to stand right behind you like that. So we don't want to get in Bobby's way, especially if people start standing out. We're live.
Don't hurt the camera, Manny.
You're good. You're good.
What am I supposed to do this?
I'm sorry.
What do you need?
Just bothering you, Mr. No, you're good. Sounds good.
Don't spoil him too much. Make him earn it.
Welcome back, everybody. It's chilly down here in Waldron, Arkansas, where it's going to be an unusual Saturday night football game. We got Waldron and Mena going against each other. This is a battle for the playoffs. Winner of this will get to play the playoffs and travel all the way to Ozark, a former conference foe for the Bearcats and Waldron, actually. Great things about that. So tonight it's going to be me, Sam, and alongside me, color commentating will be Brenna Haynes. Brenna, say hi.
Hello, everybody.
It's going to be a great night for the captains for tonight's game. We got Jaden Felix, number 33, and number 6, Gabe Corcoran for the
Captains
Bearcats.
tonight for Mena.
Now, for the
Number
Waldron
6,
side,
Gabe
looks like
Morgan.
they have all their seniors.
Number 33, Jake Felix.
Need them to say out loud.
Captains for Waldron's number 12, Peyton Whitlam, along with number 10, Matt Brickens.
Being on the other side.
Joining them tonight is the entire senior class.
If Mena wins this will be the 27th game in a row Mena has beat Waldron. That is the streak.
The officials for tonight's game, the referee is Jeff Ray, umpire Jack Brewitt, line judge Brad Matthews, headlinesman Marion Perry, and the back judge is Eric Pippin.
Stats that go all the way back to 1970, so the rivalry went back even further.
And welcome, folks, to tonight's broadcast of the Mena Bearcats, brought to you live by the Bearcat Foundation and the Journalism 2 crew. Need to be including them in the broadcast. I haven't done that consistently. They've done a great job throughout this season. We're wrapping up this regular season.
Rusty William, Bobby Wallace back here on one camera, and the fearless leader, Andy Philpott, back on the other.
Andy Philpott, we brought the A-team here this time, didn't we? All right. Andy Philpott bringing it to you here. Like to welcome everybody here to tonight's broadcast, which what is essentially a play-in game to the playoffs, Anthony.
It's winner gets in. There's no way around that.
And you got to say it's significant due to the fact that 7-4A playoff participants tend to do well.
You know, after going through the gauntlet of your Arkadelphias, your Malverns, your Ashdowns, you know,
Nashville.
Yeah,
on and on and on.
There
used to be Joe T. Robinson.
But it's the elite competition that you're facing week in, week out, every day. And we know the opponent, who it's going to be next week, whether it's us or Waldron making that game. You're going to travel to Ozark and play a pretty good second place in their conference team in Ozark Hillbilly.
And we know them as well, but Anthony, we're talking about the hardening that happens from that 7-4A competition. I think you saw that in the maturity and the competitiveness that these Bearcats showed in this last ball game. They fell short 15-13, but boy, it was definitely a competitive game against a very athletic Ashdown Panther team.
Super athletic, super speedy, and you fall down to them in the first half. It's 15-0 at halftime, Clint, and they're able to pitch a shutout in the second half, and we marched the ball. They couldn't stop us in the second half of that football game. We killed ourselves by not being able to get the touchdown when we kicked the field goal. We got the safety, and then we was able to put it in. You had the ball late in the fourth quarter with a chance to drive and go ahead, whether you got in field goal range or a touchdown. Either one didn't matter. And we just fell short in that regard right there last week. So we're looking to have a little redemption here tonight, and looks like Coach wanted the football in his hands to start this game. So we won the toss, and we elected to take the ball.
We are moments away from kickoff here, folks. This is a streak that's on the line that extends 27 ball games. Bearcats have won 27 in a row against the Waldron Bulldogs. And a lot of us think of these blowouts that have happened in the 2000s, but would you go back in the 90s and it's 8-0 Waldron versus 7-1 Mena, for that second spot back when they only took two. That story came from Scott Moran. Kickoff is away. It looks like going to turn up field here. Got some room. We get out of bounds at the 33-yard line.
I think that's freshman Trip Hensley.
That's going to be Trip Hensley with the kickoff return.
I didn't recognize the 21, but I recognize the running style,
yes,
Clint.
Definitely Trip Hensley. It's a freshman. So if we couldn't get any younger, we just did.
We just got younger on a team that started probably 85% sophomores already.
That's awesome. Good return on the play. Maybe one of the best returns we've had on the year.
Well, decisive. He caught the ball with intent to get up the field. He did move east and west a little bit, but he was moving downhill the whole time.
Gabe Corcoran lining up here in the wing T formation. You got strong side, near side of the field. They come into the short side. Plowing forward is Jaden Felix for a nice gain on the play. It's going to be a gain of 6, maybe 7 on the play. Going to bring up 2nd and 3. Nice start on the game there, Anthony. That's exactly what you want.
Won the play sideline of scrimmage and got a pushback, and it's not like we're outsizing them here up front. Waldron's got some pretty good thick kids up there, so.
Same formation, looks like the same play. We got a pulling guard out to the outside. Jaden Felix plows forward, first down on the run, gain of another 7, maybe 8 on the play. Going to be out to the 46-yard line.
There again, a good push by that right side of the offensive line. You had your lead blocker and Brody Peters out there in front of Jaden Felix, and results are about a 6-yard gain.
We had one of the left, I believe it's the left guard was pulling here, and Jaden had a choice to either bounce it out or plug it up the middle. Staying on this right hash mark, same formation, same play. Again, Jaden Felix heads forward. It's going to be a 5-yard gain this time, going to bring up 2nd and 5.
There was a little bit of a different look right there. You had your fullback actually go dive up the middle.
It was a cross, wasn't it?
He crossed it up. The tailback still had the same motion, but fullback went like a dive.
Guarantee you maybe one of the knuckleheads behind me in the press box is studying to see whether or not they covered the fullback on that.
Yep.
Going to be 2nd and 5.
If they need to know, we'll tell them, right?
Okay, we'll tap on the window. Lined up. We are set up right in front of the visitors' press box. Offsides.
I couldn't tell if from right here the line markers blocking me, but I think it was offsides by the defense, Clint.
It's going to be enough for a first down. Bearcats move deeper into Waldron territory. Going to be down to the 44-yard line. 1st and 10.
And this is exactly what you want to draw up when you say, I'm going to take the ball first. You want to march it right down their throat. And the beginning of this drive is just what you draw up.
Again, they go straight power, and again, same result. They're just plowing forward, going right through this Waldron defensive front, just blowing them back. And like Anthony said at the beginning, folks, it's not a size advantage necessarily.
No, it's we know the snap count, and we're coming off on the ball right now as a unit, and we're sticking with our block. I mean, you do those things, you can negate a size advantage if you're doing those things correctly.
Like this time it goes to the fullback. Shake it up a little bit. It's going to be, but this time it doesn't work, so it's going to bring up 3rd and 4.
And that's what the motion they were looking to see if the linebackers were paying attention to our sophomore fullback here, and
they were.
And they were paying attention to him, which was, hey, if they're going to do that and leave Jaden wide open, we'll take that and march 7-8 yards a pop every time.
I'm betting that's what's happening. They've changed a little bit of the formation here. They walked a safety up, maybe a personnel change. Waldron's got another down lineman now. They do just that. It's a power, and this time Jaden Felix is loose in the secondary. It's going to be a bigger gain, maybe 8 yards on the play. Going to be a first down Bearcats on that 3rd and 4 play. 8:38 left here in the first quarter.
Just there's no Jaden's ability to pick when he decides to put his foot in the ground and turn north and south. His vision has been pretty good up to this point tonight. So
the yards after contact are just there. Jaden Felix is coming out to get a breather. Doesn't look shaken up or anything, but he's taken he's got 7 carries so far this drive.
Right.
Ball's in the middle of the field. Play action. He's got a pass. He's got Trey Day. Well, Isaiah Day.
Isaiah was
complete
fighting
down to the 1-yard line. Go ahead, Anthony.
And that's what we've been doing. It's you're pounding, and then you roll the quarterback out in that same action, roll the quarterback out, and you hit a wide open tight end coming across the field.
One play after they decided to roll all the safeties up, they had everybody inside of 7 yards, the entire team. They did not have any safety help over the top.
And that little old play has worked against anybody we played this year, Clint.
Pretty much, yep. This time they change it. It's an offset eye. They give it to Jaden Felix. Try to go to the left side, and it's not there.
No, they got a push. Got a big push from that side right there where there's a blitz, and I think there was a linebacker that came in that shot a gap and was able to get him hemmed up, which if you're going to get Jaden, you're going to have to get him before he's able to get his head of steam going.
Going to be a loss of about 3 on the play. Looks like it's going to be second and goal from the 5. 7:18. Clock is rolling. Get back to the wing tee. It's going to be strong right. Everybody is on the line of scrimmage. Jaden Felix plows forward. He looks like he has a gap, and he may be in. Yes, he is. Touchdown, Bearcats. 7:02, first quarter.
And that right there was just pure second effort because they hit him and met him at the hole for about a yard short.
Looked like it was right at the line of scrimmage. He drove him back all the way, didn't he?
He just hammered it on through.
And just like that, I see the Bulldog is deflated in the end zone.
right after the touchdown, they deflated it.
It just laid down.
Oh.
That's my story anyway. I don't know if it's true or not. I thought accuracy was optional.
Ashley's over there. She shot a dart at it, and it just
she does
deflated
it. Yep. Blame it on Ashley. Score is 7-0 Bearcats. We have a textbook initial drive here in this play-in game for the Arkansas playoffs.
Well, you basically took 5 minutes off the clock there, Clint.
Yes, 5 minutes and really controlled the line of scrimmage and happened exactly the way we want. You hear me okay? All right. My headset kind of bobbled there a little bit. I don't know that it'd take away from the broadcast if it shut off, though, do you? Bearcats lining up for the kickoff. Jair Hernandez has got the ball teed up, getting ready to kick it off. Kick is away.
Landed right about the 1 yard line, and in and out of the end zone it is.
I had to order another Mountain Dew. The first one was flat. And I tell you what, that's something I'm very disappointed in, because if there's any football tradition that the Waldron Bulldogs have, it is excellent concession stand food.
These egg rolls are really, really good.
They were spot on.
Now, Clint, I didn't have a chance to say a whole lot about it, but I saw some numbers there on the kickoff team that I hadn't seen for the year. I was just wondering if we rolled a few of those freshmen in there on the kickoff.
We rolled a ton on. You're going to see Jimmy Glenn.
Okay, I did see Jimmy. He was still 44?
Probably. Look for Matt Briggins. Is a designed quarterback run. Going to be 3.5 yard gain. That's something that this Waldron Bulldog team liked. They've got a good runner, good size. I believe it's number 32. Coach Bentley was telling me about. 6:30 left here in the first quarter. Going to be 2nd and 6. Got 3 backs in the backfield. This time they hand it off. It's going to be number 35. You can get around the edge. He gets a good gain on the play. Going to be right at the first down mark. Hurdles a Bearcat. Kind of sealed the end off right there, didn't they?
He had a little speed coming off the edge right there.
Going to be a first down for Waldron. Waldron's really, they're employ that, trying to spread you to run it out of that shotgun formation, not unlike the Bearcats. This time it's a toss sweep. It's Same number 32 on him. This time he's chased down by Michael Sullivan.
Yeah,
Michael Sullivan got a hold of him at the line of scrimmage, not able to get him down, was he?
He didn't have a good angle on him. He was able to get a hand on the shoulder pad, but he was able to catch the corner on him just a little bit. So he was able to pick up that 5 yards right there.
You'll be 2nd and 5. Waldron again at the line of scrimmage in that same formation. Going to be an option to this left side. The quarterback keeps it. Going to fake the pitch, or he kind of just a juke, wasn't it? And he heads up field. It's going to be a big 10-yard gain. Going to be right at midfield.
But if it wasn't for little Jaime Hernandez coming up from that safety spot, he may still be running, Clint.
Leading tackler, Jaime Hernandez. Be 1st and 10. Again, they handed off that belly option, number 35. Going to be a nice gain on the play once again. Bearcats dropping quickly, but not until after he gains 5 yards. The Bulldogs are staying on time here. Got to do something to knock them off of this as they're marching right down the field.
4 or 5 yards at a time right here, coming right off of that left side.
Bearcats got to come up with something. Bearcats are employing a 5-man front, essentially. Still got safety help over the top. This time the quarterback keeps it on that belly option. And you get a stop on the play. It's going to be a 1 yard. Well, they give him 2 yards on the play. It's a friendly spot.
Still going to bring up 3rd down and 3 right here.
3rd and 3.
You'd think if we can get a stop right here, you're going to force them to punt. Try to pin us back deep.
Tell you something I'm greatly upset about is the change in announcers here at Bulldog Stadium.
The old timer that had been doing it for forever. Just not able to get the Waldron Bulldog running back down. I mean, caught him right there at the line of scrimmage, and he was able to push forward for another 3 yards. So
first down game by number 35, Logan Young. Another handoff to Logan Young. This time he is dropped at the line of scrimmage.
He's met by 52, Tristan Crane, for a yard loss, and Tristan was able to beat his man at right side. Waldron wasn't able to seal that block over there that time. So
correction on that. That was Keegan Lynch on the carry. That was his first carry of the night. The famous Katie Eford brings us a drink. Quick throw out to the outside. It's thrown off target. He has to dive to make a catch. No gain on the play. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
Got them pushed behind the sticks right now. Now they're behind it, and
that is not where Waldron wants to be. You got to think if they can get this manageable, they'll go for it on 4th down.
Yeah, they get that ball inside down around the 35-ish. They would probably go ahead and make it 4 down territory.
Waldron with 19 seconds on the play clock. Back in the shotgun. They got it spread out. 4 receivers. Got one going in motion. He's rolling to that strong side. Throwing it well short, and it's overthrown. Going to bring up 4th and 11.
Yeah, a little better thrown ball right there. He would have probably completed it, but it's still going to bring up 4th and 8. Yeah, he was going to run himself out of bounds, and you had
good coverage.
You had good coverage by Michael Sullivan coming out from his linebacker spot and covering that receiver.
Is the difference in the two teams so far is the fact that Mena was able to slow Waldron down without having to commit that full secondary down within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage. I mean, Waldron threw the kitchen sink at the Bearcats and still weren't able to stop them. So 4th and 11, it looks like they are going for it. They are. He's rolling out to the right side. He's got pressure from behind him. Ball's thrown incomplete.
Going to give the Bearcats just great field position here. You're going to start on, what, the 42, 43-yard line?
Yes, 43-yard line. So the Bearcats going to take over. Ball's going to be placed in the center of the field, which is somewhat significant because we lean very hard to the right. It gets on the right hash mark, we stay there. However, we're lining up in the shotgun here this time. Got 2 receivers here on this side of the field. See if we run Michael Sullivan on that double handoff. We don't. Just Jaden Felix. Jaden Felix goes to the left side of the field. It's going to be a gain of 5 on the play. Jaden's had consistent yards per carry of 5 or more here tonight.
The only time was the missed block, and they caught him before he could even get untracked.
This pace, I mean, he's looking at 40 carries tonight. Minute 38 here in the first quarter, and I believe that was his 8th carry.
It's every bit of 8 or 9.
Go hit our stat department up, see what they say.
Where's Scott at?
Yeah, Scott could count that. Back in the wing T formation, Waldron jumps off sides. I don't believe they're going to get the call. Bearcats plow forward, and again, 5 yards on the carry.
That should be enough for a first down right there, Clint.
They're waving the sticks forward, so first down Bearcats. Going to stop the clock here at 1:12 till they get those sticks set. They got the fancy sticks. They don't trust Robbie Hines with those fancy sticks in Mena yet. He's going to have to get – he needs to complain so we get those nice yard markers going.
Those are nice ones.
Well, they were definitely offside. I'm watching the delay. Back in that wing T. They're back in the shotgun. Got Michael Sullivan. He's coming back at that is that double handoff. Michael Sullivan's loose in the secondaries. Extended it out, just caught by the ankles at the 30-yard line. He's going to get down to the 26. Michael Sullivan with a big 20-yard gain on the play.
I hear Mama down there. Attaboy.
We could have just shut our eyes and known something good was happening. .30 seconds left here in the first quarter.
Thought he had a real shot to go ahead and break that, but one shoestring tackle away.
One shoestring. Boy, he looked like he was going to get out of it. Back in that shotgun formation. This time they give it to Jaden Felix. He cuts back. Nice gain on the play. Looks like 6 or 7 yards that time. This Waldron Bulldog team is on their heels.
That was Jaden just seeing something and putting his foot in the ground. And
that was called to the right, wasn't it?
It was. I think the play was designed to go right, but he saw a definite gap there on the left side and just went after it and attacked it.
It's the end of the first quarter. Bearcats are leading 7-0. It's a good time to thank one of our sponsors, Union Bank of Mena. Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Union Bank of Mena. They're the only bank headquartered in Polk County, Arkansas. Union Bank, we care so much about this community because it's our home too. We have the friendliest people and the fastest decisions, so come to Polk County's only hometown bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Let's also thank another one of our sponsors, Sterling Machinery. Sterling Machinery is in the middle of expanding and is excited to partner with Caterpillar, which will lead to more employment opportunities in the area. Go see the folks at Sterling Machinery. Great folks helping to bring you the broadcast here tonight.
At both locations.
That's right. No, Union Bank has a location in Paris.
Yes, they do. Is that Elijah #1 in?
Yes. Elijah Smith's practicing his launch. It'll be 2nd and 3 right here. Bearcats are taking over. Here's the start of the second quarter action. Reversing out, they toss it to Brody Peters. Brody Peters is going to get a first down, but we got a flag on the play.
I was going to say that's thrown in the way of holding right there. Got a pretty good push from the guys up front. And
watching the delay. Boy, great job. Hunter Cannon came off the line right there and went to the linebacker, chased him down, and made a very effective block. I didn't see the hold.
I did not see a hold, but that's what they called.
Popped it back there to try to look at the replay. They're going to back it up 10. It's going to make it 2nd and 17. 11:50 here in the first half. It's going to be a handoff to the right side. Jaden Felix. This time he is stacked up. Really the first time you've seen that resistance on a straight power play like that, Anthony.
And it was just the right side of the offensive line just didn't do a very good job right there. I think they sent some linebackers coming through, but there were some missed decisions or somebody just missed an assignment over there. So
going to bring up 3rd and 17. Bearcats behind the count here. Gabe Corcoran's got the play in. Down to about 11 seconds on the play clock. They're not going to be able to make adjustments. They're back in that wing tee. Play action. They're going to go back to the well. See if they got like Isaiah Day deep. No, he doesn't. He goes short. It's going to be complete. Gain of around 10, I believe. It's going to bring up 4th and 8, but you're in field goal range. This will be an interesting decision. No, make that 4th and 6.
Yeah, it was a pretty good pickup right there to give you a shot. I mean, that's definitely within Hai Hernandez's range on kicking a field goal. But we're going to go for it right here, Clint.
Looking to get up 2 scores. Again, down to that 11-second mark on the play clock. Elijah Smith split out wide to the left. The time they hand off to the fullback, and it's Michael Sullivan hurdles a receiver. Touchdown, Bearcats.
Actually, an even over high five.
I say a receiver.
Look what
yeah.
I did. I made that.
We're down here. We're down here amongst the Mena fans, and Mom and Dad are celebrating that touchdown. Michael Sullivan with a spectacular run, really.
Looked like he was going out for the 100-meter hurdles.
It did.
She said that wasn't very high.
Whoa. That is a penalty. You know what? I'm not sure you're allowed to. I'm not sure what the call is here. They're bringing it back. We got a penalty right now. Huh.
Bringing it back and mark it off.
It's a personal foul is a call against the Bearcats. And I believe it's illegal to hurdle another player.
So you're just supposed to let them come get you.
I wonder. Yeah.
A guy making a field goal. It wasn't like he was hurdling. He was dodging a daggum tackle.
Mm-hmm. So that takes a score off the board.
All right, Coach, let's run it up.
4th and 9. Yeah. Bearcats dial up a cool misdirection play and get for the touchdown, and it comes off the board. That is unfortunate. Gabe Corcoran drops straight back. He's got a man deep. Ball is underthrown. It's thrown to Isaiah Day. Isaiah Day is incomplete.
You got a Waldron Bulldog that's taunting Isaiah Day out there in the end zone after just kind of little underthrown football right there from Gabe, and
didn't come off well, did it?
No, it didn't come out, or didn't get good base set, didn't get his feet set well enough, because he's got a good enough arm to make that throw.
Seems like he timed it really well right as Isaiah was breaking. Just not able to lay it out there far enough. Hand off to the Waldron Bulldogs. This time stops him right at the line of scrimmage. We've got another flag on the play.
That comes in right there in an area where you're probably going to see a holding penalty.
Talking about this penalty, let's thank another one of our sponsors, Mena Insurance. Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Mena Insurance, always supporting the Bearcats and Lady Cats. At Mena Insurance, we are in the relationship business.
They're calling a sideline warning. We're all sitting here behind the big white marker.
Wow. Does not bode well for the future, I'm telling you. We not made any friends out here tonight so far, obviously. Another handoff, this time again, number 35, Logan.
Somehow or another, he was able to bounce off the initial tackle, but still didn't gain a whole lot of ground.
Logan Young with the carry. Be a short gain on the play. It's going to be 3rd and 8. 9:50 left to go in the first half. Waldron spreading it out. Got 2 receivers on each side of the field. Single back. Snap is low. He's going to throw it out quickly out to the outside, and it's going to be hemmed in immediately.
I think the ball
is
came out
loose. Nice hit. That's Jair Hernandez comes in.
Looks like he got his hand smashed a little bit there.
I don't think he's going to let that bother him. It's going to be 4th and 8. Waldron's got to be in a punt situation here this time. They're running the punt team out. Jair Hernandez and Elijah
Somebody's got to
Smith
come off the
back.
field, boys. I think we still got one too many out there.
Came very close. Elijah Smith's going to let that bounce out of bounds at about the 40-yard line of the Bearcats. 40. Going to be penalty on the play.
Going to be a holding against Waldron. I don't know.
A lot of discussion here.
They're calling a roughing the punter.
Oh, my gosh. Personal foul. They're going to call roughing the kicker on that. Oh, my goodness. Wow. Wow. It's going to be a first down for the Bulldogs.
All that discussion.
They're pulling out all the stops here. Man.
Going to give Waldron the first down right there, Clint.
Boy, that I actually watch. If you get a get a look at this, Anthony, if you watch this delay. I mean, the ball's back, and then you've got some Bearcats around. He lands almost – he does definitely make contact.
He does make contact.
Yeah. It's a belly option. The quarterback keeps it, and this time he's got a nice gain. He's still loose into the secondary. That's Waldron's biggest gain of the night. It's going to be a gain of 11 or so on the play. And it's an all-out brawl over on the Waldron side of the field.
Yeah, that's going to be against the Bulldogs there.
Seem to have gotten everybody back under control, so we can look for some quick flags for the rest of the game because the officials do not like to see that. Got to maintain your composure when it's this much emotion is on the line. There's a lot on the line here on this game, and you can't be letting those personal feelings get in the way.
So they're sending both teams to the sidelines here.
Not really sure what good that's going to do.
Outside of getting your coaches getting in your players' teams, said, hey, let's play some football. Let's not let none of this stuff get underneath their skin.
The way you're drawing more attention to it here, but anyway. Let's thank another one of our sponsors here while we're waiting for the tempers to cool down. I'd like to thank Mena Ford. Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by the folks at Mena Ford. Go see Anthony Eford and Company et al. Highway 71 North in Mena for your complete Ford lineup of car and trucks.
Even though we don't have the complete lineup on the ground right now.
Go see him for him.
We'll
show you some pictures.
We'll show you some pictures, and we'll sit down and spec out one the way you want it, and we'll see how fast we can get that thing in and get you in it and driving it.
Got some people joining us here on the broadcast. Tracy Russian says, go Zay, number 80. Can I call him that, Tracy? Can I say Zay?
Oh, yeah.
We even have the infamous Nick Baber.
Nick ain't here at the game tonight?
No, he signed in as Nicholas.
Nicholas.
That's right. Got to remember that. And of course, we got Joe Martinez watching.
How about the infamous Sandra Klein?
Got Matthew Klein.
Wow. That's
They're
horrible.
gonna walk it off. Wow. Wow. Bearcat fans are voicing their displeasure.
Well, let's let them have I guess I'm going to have to let them have a little bit of something positive. Now let's bear down, put the foot on the accelerator pedal. We're going to have to go get,
Waldron
before this gets too far out of hand, we're going to have to go get another box of
egg rolls. Waldron Bulldogs going deep. The man had a step, but not able to get it. Waldron Bulldogs have gotten all of their yards minus that 12-yard gain. You know, they had one nice run, but this entire drive has been penalties.
Just one after another. The roughing the kicker, you know, kept the drive alive.
And it was more legitimate than what I'd originally thought.
Yeah, he definitely hit him. Boy, it does feel like football weather out here tonight. Got a little cool, crisp, cool breeze. Oh, ran right by the tackle.
Hand off to Logan Young. Logan Young went right by the tackle. It was free to get him. I just don't think he could react quick enough.
Number 8 makes the stop for the Bearcats. Myron Sullivan. Gain of 9 yards on the play. It'll be 3rd down and 1.
Michael Sullivan with the stop on the play. It's going to be 3rd and 1. Again, this drive is almost exclusively on the backs of those penalties. Waldron trying to capitalize here. It's going to be a handoff. Logan Young again. It's going to be a gain of about 3.
And where we were able to march it right down the field, the opening drive of that first quarter, they're marching it down the field here, aided by penalties, but they're still doing it.
They're still doing it.
Taking all this time off here in the
it still counts.
Second quarter.
Waldron in that formation. You got that Logan Young in the backfield. Again, looks like they give it to Logan Young. He's going for the edge, but he's hemmed in by Jair Hernandez.
Coming in like a little human missile, shooting the hole there.
Stops him right at the line of scrimmage, is the indication from the referees. Going to be 2nd and 10. Ball's on the 12-yard line. 7:50 left here in the first half. Tommy, quarterback rides Logan Young, gives it to him, and he's going to be loose. Big gain on the play. It's going to be close to a first down. Going to bring up 3rd and 1.
Yep,
they are giving him the first down, so it's 1st and goal.
Now they're going to go back to the huddle and think about this.
20 seconds on the play clock. Waldron decides to go back into the huddle. They're going to think about it. The referee's in there to help him, I guess.
Timeout.
Logan Young is heading to the sideline. That could be key.
Why does the play clock reset?
Not real sure why that happens, why they get another play clock. There's a lot going on here. 7:26 left to play. They hand off to the running back. The quarterback keeps it, runs out to the outside. He's into the end zone for a touchdown.
And there's some
looked like Michael Sullivan was involved in this altercation.
Yeah, there was like 4 flagstones. I think a couple of them had double barrels.
There was yellow flags going everywhere. A very chippy game here so far.
You know, it's a game that, Waldron hadn't had too many opportunities to be in a ball game this year. So
yeah,
they're liking this. So sorting out.
Let's thank another one of our sponsors, Gentry Chevrolet. Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Gentry Chevrolet, your local Chevrolet dealer. Local pickup and delivery is available. Check out local website, www.gentrychevyinc.com, for current specials and inventory. You can even schedule a service. Go Bearcats. And as you can hear, got another, Bearcats suffer another unsportsmanlike conduct. Theoretically, if that's 2 on the same player, which we're not sure who it's allotted to. The official is over here talking to Craig Bentley on the play.
Now let's just play some football.
It's all running, or 90% running here in this first quarter, the first part of this ball game, and it has taken forever because of all the penalties. Eight seconds left on the play clock. Waldron has to run a player in here last minute. Extra point is down, bobbled, but it is up and good.
It wasn't
so
pretty,
Waldron
but it
is
was
tied 7-7. The cannon goes off as the Waldron Bulldogs tie the ball game up. There was 7:20 left here in the first quarter. And ball game that Mena really had in control. Looked to be going ahead 2 scores. Ended up getting called for a personal foul, and I believe that was for hurdling another player.
Yeah, and they're fixing to give Waldron. They're going to kick off from the 45 here.
Of the Bearcats. See if they try to angle it in place of games. A lot of times that happens whenever you get that personal foul penalty, because you got a pretty good angle to try to aim it, try to drop it there inside the 10.
Yeah, from there, he's definitely got enough leg to kick it out of the end zone.
Yeah. I'm not going to say I could, but a lot of people could.
I don't know that high he could. You think he can?
Yeah, kidding me. He boots it deep. It's going to go out of the back of the end zone. Bearcats will get the ball on their own 20-yard line. Starting the ball. This is their first drive here into the second quarter.
It is the first drive here in the second quarter.
Let's take time to thank another one of our sponsors. Smith Pallet.
Smith Pallet, manufacturers of quality pallets and crates since 1949. Proud supporters of the Bearcats and Lady Cats. Go Cats. They're just kind of sitting down the row from us here tonight.
Hand off to Jaden Felix. Jaden Felix turns it up the field. It's going to be a nice gain on the play.
You know, he saw something there, but
closed up in a hurry.
He closed in a hurry.
I thought it might go for more than that, but it's still a very nice 5-yard gain. Waldron having a really hard time hemming in Jaden Felix for less than 5 yards a carry. Again, it goes to Jaden Felix. He goes across the left side. It's going to be a shorter gain this time, maybe 3 on the play.
Yeah, he was able to make a good tackle on Jaden right there.
Yep.
Just
squared up on him, didn't he?
But it's still third and manageable here, about 3 yards.
This is turning into a matchup between Logan Young and Jaden Felix. Going to see who can flinch first. Well, and don't leave out the most valuable Waldron Bulldogs, the 4 officials. Jaden Felix with the carry on the play. He's going to plow forward, going to gain 5 on the play, going to be first down. Bearcats out across the 32-yard line.
Kind of like him, we're liking the left side of our offense, and looked like somebody kind of torpedoed him right there, just to try to get in front of him and get some trash in front of him.
Sort of just threw it like throwing a sack of food in front of him there,
right.
Didn't he? Dog food. That wing T formation, and on his play action, he flicks it out. He had pressure in his face. About all Gabe could do right there is just to get rid of it. He floated it up to get around the area of Brody Peters. The ball's incomplete.
You know, if he's able just to pick that up just a little quicker, he can put a little less on that, because Brody was wide open. Because that was the guy that should have been blocking or should have been covering Brody right there.
Substitution here. Looks like we're probably going to go with the spread. Going to go with the lighter formation. Going to be 2nd and 10. Got 2 receivers down here at the bottom of the field. It's going to be an option. He fakes it, pitches it out to Jaden Felix. It hits the ground. He's able to get it on the bounce. And a very fortunate play.
He dribbled it to himself right there just to give him some momentum.
Gabe really did a nice job to make the guy commit to him there. Could be a nice pickup of about 5 on the play. You got a substitution here, got a helmet.
I guess Jaden's helmet must have come off there in the pile.
That's big. That is big. You got Jaden Felix off the field. The shotgun formation, got 2 receivers. It's going to hand off to the fullback. Not going to be enough for a first down. They're going to get out close. It's going to looks like it's going to bring up a 4th and 2 on the play. We're probably going to bring in Jaden Felix here on the play. Bearcats are giving indications they're going to go for it.
Looks like they are going to go for it here.
Bearcats do not want to give Waldron any more momentum. Trying to go in with the hard count, try to draw them off sides. Doesn't look like that's going to work. Don't know if we're going to go for it.
Still got 9, 8.
They're going to run a play. They're going to hand it off to Jaden Felix. Jaden Felix plowing forward. He's going to get it the first down. You know, I'm going to say I think the fact that Waldron may have relaxed because some of the Bulldogs were down in their stance.
Don't like that, though. Jaden
Nope.
Jaden looked like he may have irritated that high ankle sprain that he's been battling. Get over here and get some fresh tape on it, a little icy hot.
Boy, got to get some go juice on that because that could be very significant. 1st and 10, Bearcats have the ball. Still in their own territory on the 43-yard line, but Jaden Felix is on the sidelines. Play action, Gabe Corcoran had to plant his feet instead of being able to roll out, and he floats it up in the air, and it's intercepted. The ball's intercepted by Waldron back at their own 40-yard line. Gabe had a receiver there, but he had pressure in his face. Had to flip all the way around and kind of laid it up there for grabs. 3:37 left here in the first half. We'll see if the Bearcats can come over the stop.
Just floated it up there. That's one he's going to wish he had back. Give him a pump fake, get him up, get around him, do something to make a move.
Seeing Jaden Felix on the training table. Handoff, Waldron Bulldogs, going to be a gain of 3 on the play.
Actually, I'm going to stop that at about a 2-yard gain, isn't it?
Which is significant.
Is that little Sean Sullivan in there on that tackle? I guess I better not call him little Sean.
Yeah, he's not real little anymore. 2nd and 8 on the play. 2nd and 8 coming up. Handoff, Logan Young again. This time it's going to be a gain of about 4 on the play. He's going to get to it's going to be a big 3rd and 2, maybe long 2 on the play. Big play right here, Anthony.
We jumped on his back and rode him to the ground instead of going and hitting him and getting him to the ground.
Driving him back. Yep, or stopping that forward momentum. Met him at the line of scrimmage. Like you say, jump on his back.
Yeah, arm tackle, jump on the back and ride him down instead of going to make a tackle.
This matchup between Logan Young and Jaden Felix. It's going to be a first down, Waldron Bulldogs. Looks like Jaden Felix has more yards rushing so far in this game, but he's the guy on the training table.
Yes.
That is unfortunate as we're watching him get wrapped up right here.
You know, he came back in after doing that exact same thing last week and made a big difference in it.
Huge difference. And they hand it off to, again, it's Logan. No, it's not.
It's number 6.
Going to give Young a break on the play.
Dickens.
It's going to be 2nd and 5. Waldron staying right on time. The problem is they only got 1:28. Toss out to the outside, and we got a different running back. That's number 32, Kason Davis. Kason Davis was a nice carry that time. Going to be a gain of about 7. It's going to be a first down. Bulldogs down to the 35 of the Bearcats. They got all their timeouts. Can't tell from the scoreboard, but they got all their timeouts, but the clock's ticking down to a minute. Toss it out to the other side. Again, Kason Davis with the carry. He gets to the edge. It's going to be another nice gain by Kason Davis. It's going to be a gain of about 5 on the play. Make it 6.
Just able to get the edge. We had guys in position right there. Now they're going to use one of those timeouts.
54 seconds. They're going to use one of their timeouts.
Timeout, Waldron Bulldogs.
Going to do another one of our sponsors here, Don's Easy Pay.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Don's Easy Pay. 7 store locations in Queen, Mena, Broken Bow, Boonville, Podo, Waldron, Idabel. Rent to own retail in 120, 180 days, same as cash. We offer self-service. We offer in self-service all of our major brands and appliances, hot water heaters, and don't forget tires. Motto is taking time for our customers. In Baywash Car Wash and U Lockett Storage, conveniently located at 205 North Morrow Street. Baywash Car Wash offers hot water, automatic, and self-serve options. U Lockett Storage serving your storage needs in 3 locations in Mena and DeQueen. Call 479-394-4453. Were you getting everything lined out at the new car wash today?
I'd like to think so.
You'd like to think so?
You never know.
That guy's coming in from the Deer Woods and clogging up the drains or what?
Sometimes it feels like Jaden's high ankle. 54 seconds left here in the first quarter. Like Jaden would like to soak in some of that hot water.
Yeah, absolutely.
Got to get him taped back together here, and they are taping him up from the judging it here. It is that same ankle. Waldron Bulldogs on that right hash mark. They're going to hand it off to Logan Young. He's going to plow forward for first down yardage. He's going to go down to the 20-yard line. 49 seconds. Moving the sticks.
Yeah, they're
going to be a pass on the play. They're going to float it up in the air. It's out of bounds, incomplete. Stop the clock at 42 seconds. Got a flag on the play.
What Mena Bearcats that going to be on?
Kind of indicating like, no, he's not the guy going to walk it off. Oh, my gosh. It is.
What was it?
Oh, wow.
How do you illegally substitute on defense? You run one in and you take one out.
As long as they're off by the time, it's got to be 12 men on the field. Going to be 1st and 5. Hand off to Logan Young. He's picking his way to the outside. Doesn't look like he has much that time. It's going to be a decent gain. Going to bring up. He's going to gain a couple on the play. Going to bring up 2nd and 3. Going to be timeout, Waldron.
This first half just won't end.
It will not end. The gift that keeps on giving. Let's thank another one of our sponsors, John Maddox. I'd like to thank State Representative John Maddox for helping bring this broadcast to you here tonight. Mr. Maddox is representing Polk, Scott, and Montgomery County, even representing the fine folks on the other side of the field, too,
He's
Anthony.
representing them here tonight, too. So Getting,
I bet
make sure I'm sure he's sitting there saying, make sure you get out and vote come next Tuesday.
I'm sure he'd do something about it if he's representing the guys in the striped shirts. See if John could do something about that.
Apparently, he's not their rep.
John Maddox does not have power over that, but he is doing a great job for this district. I'd like to thank him for helping us bring this broadcast to you here today.
Coach
tonight.
Bentley's trying to give the white hat the what for here.
I tell you what, considering this really is a weird feeling here because they absolutely took over that one drive. I mean, you got to give them maybe that that roughing the kicker. But I'm telling you, there was not even anything close to a hold when they called a hold down here, and then we overcame it. And then to get a bullcrap hurdling call to bring a touchdown back, I mean, come on, if that's indeed what it was. There'll be a toss on the play. Again, it's Logan Young. He's got a big gain. It's going to be enough for first down yardage, but you got 18 seconds on the clock right here, and that is key. It's going to be a first down. They do not have to move the stick, so I'm not sure why the clock stopped. You're going to place a – they're going to clock the ball right here with 12 seconds left.
At least a second's got to come off of that, doesn't it?
They got, yes. They're going to run 1 second off. It's interesting. Ball's on the 6-yard line with 12 seconds. And total reset of the scoreboard. There it comes back. All right. Wow. The scoreboard just blanked out there, folks, and got all 8s. Toss out to the outside. It's Logan Young, and he's into the end zone for the touchdown. Waldron Bulldogs. 6 seconds left on the clock, and Waldron makes it happen.
And they're going to take at least a 6-point lead going into halftime here, Clint. Although this is, Coach, you get them in there at halftime and say, look, irregardless what the referees do, you still got to come out and play and make tackles and run the football. So let's get a –
kick is up, and it's good. He's got confirmation that touchdown did come back for a hurdling call, which is not valid. The hurdling is legal if the tackler is going for the knees, which clearly was the case.
Yeah.
Well, that is rough. Call a touchdown back on a play like that. So, but you kickoff return.
Get a little deception right here. Let's just run that daggone thing back.
Got big Trip Hensley as the deep man.
And he is a monster back there. He looks like a man among boys.
Absolutely. I hope they underestimate him and get him the ball.
I think they'll try to kick it deep or a little squib kick of some kind.
I'm going to guess a squib. Is that high E in the middle, the formation there? No, don't fair kick. Okay.
Well, you're going to get.
See, in that position right there, I like the idea of Sean Sullivan with the ball there short, and he's only got a couple. It's a thin line of defense because the rest of your help can't get there from all the way to the side of the field.
Make one guy miss.
Boy, be interesting. 30 balls at the 35-yard line. I know in 2020 we made a lot of stuff happen in a very short amount of time. Jaden Felix is not out there for this play. They're going to hand it off to Brody Peters. Brody Peters is going to be stopped in the backfield.
And that's going to bring it to the half.
And at halftime, it's 14-7. We will not have a Mena band not able to make the trip here. They had some sort of show. They couldn't make it, but we will have Scott Moran here.
When we come back from the halftime?
No, during halftime.
During halftime?
I'd like to thank everybody for joining us here tonight.
I'm going to the restaurant. You want those?
And joining me here on the broadcast is Mr. Scott Moran, the resident Mena Bearcat historian. We just make up titles, Scott. You don't have to worry. We don't worry about the accuracy.
Hey, I'm happy to be here.
You're going to be the you can make us look bad because you're actually going to state accurate facts. But what a great night of football, isn't it? Definitely getting our dose of drama here in the first half.
Yeah.
Very spirited, high-stakes game between the Waldron Bulldogs and the Mena Bearcats.
I think we've got two teams that are pretty evenly matched, and we're seeing the difference was the unsportsmanlike or the roughing the kicker penalty and then the penalty on the sideline on Waldron's side. But for the most part, the teams have kind of mirrored each other. It's 3 possessions. Each team's had it 3 times. And
well, don't forget that hurdling call.
That's right.
Which evidently hurdling is legal if the defender is going for your knees. So you are allowed to go to try to elevate over the defender, which was clearly the case that time. But the roughing the kicker was legitimate. You know, as we saw on our delay, we were able to watch. But just a chippy, emotional game. And I know before the game we were talking about another one, 94. This is a 27-game streak that's on the line right here with the Bearcats trailing at halftime, 14-7.
That's right.
We were talking about 94, where the 8-0 Waldron Bulldogs took on a 7-1 Bearcat team for a spot in the playoffs.
That's right. That game, the last time Waldron beat Mena was 93, so 94 is when the streak began. And that game was probably the last time that this has carried as much significance for the playoffs. You know, we played them in 94 at their old stadium across the highway there. And Coach Randall Horton and I were talking last week about the atmosphere and how it was better than any other atmosphere we've been a part of.
Talk about coming in, as soon as you got there and the teams unloaded, the stands were already full.
Yeah, and back then the game started at 7:30 kickoff, so we hit the field about 5:30, and I remember music was blaring, the stands were full, fans were lined up around the track, and us having to kind of wade our way through the fans just to get on the field. I mean, it was just an incredible atmosphere.
I think that game we had to overcome a deficit as well, didn't we?
We scored on a Hail Mary at the end of the first half, and we ended up winning. I think the score in that one was 14-7, 14-6. And that clinched us a share of the conference title. With Waldron, they actually, back then they only took 2 teams to the playoffs, and they would have had to win the next week to make the playoffs, and they were upset. So they ended up coming in 3rd in the conference that year, going 8-2.
Let the air out of the balloon. It seemed to have lasted over 2 decades now. Haven't gotten any air back in the balloon. And it's definitely been an emotional. You wouldn't have thought back then you would look at a Waldron as being a rival as D-Queen, kind of their program. They've focused more on soccer and other things, and it moved up and changed in classifications to 5A, because you would traditionally say the Mena D-Queen rivalry was the thing, back in the 70s and 80s.
Right. And, that's the other thing Coach Horton and I were visiting about how for Waldron this is their Super Bowl. Beating Mena, it's the one game they want to win. If they don't win any others, and, the unique thing this year, that's really the only game they have to win to make the playoffs. There's 6 teams in the conference. 5 of them are going to the playoffs.
We dropped 2 down to 8-man football, so it really made the margin, well, they say it widened the margin to get into the playoffs because almost everybody gets in except for the one team. So got to clip one team to get in, and Bearcats are favored here tonight, but it's one of those deals where you can throw out the records whenever these two teams match up because you never know, because we've seen some heavily favored Mena teams get challenged, kind of like we're seeing here tonight. They're not that heavily favored. Like you say, I feel like it's more of an evenly matched ballgame, almost mirroring themselves as you look at their number 35, Logan Young, is kind of a one-man band offensively for the Waldron Bulldogs, but then you flip it over to Mena, and Jaden Felix is carrying the load for the Bearcats. It's kind of which one of those guys are going to flinch.
Right, and you see it with Waldron about how you throw the records out. Mena goes down, they score, they look like they're going to be in control of it. Waldron drives down, they have a good solid drive, they turn it over on downs. But in that, as the game went on, Waldron started to believe that they have a chance, and you could see that they're just emotions kind of carrying them a little bit. So I do feel like if Mena will just play disciplined, that they can pull this out. But man, Waldron wants it. You can tell that streak, they're wanting to end it tonight.
Absolutely, and one of the things you get in a Bearcat Foundation broadcast, you get to interact with the fans, and so anytime I say something stupid, like whoever flinches first, you get stuff like Joe Martinez saying, "Jaden, don't flinch." So clearly that's not going to happen. I mean, it's because Joe said so.
That's right. That's right.
you know, on Monday Night Football, they don't let them do that. You know, I don't feel like I think that really adds flavor where the fans get to interact with the broadcast, and it adds flavor as far as we're concerned. So anyway, this is something that means a lot to both teams, and former alumni and everything try to keep this streak alive, and shaking the hands of a guy that barely won this game by the skin of his teeth on a Hail Mary pass right at the end.
That's right.
That was two talented teams, and Mena again heavily favored, but Waldron gave them everything they wanted there, and that kind of began a winning streak that Mena carried all the way through to end the season, end up being undefeated in conference play and winning their first conference title since 1996. You know, that was in 2020.
That was one of the only close matchups that this series has seen in the last 26 meetings. So that was a classic right there.
That was a 4-0 Waldron team coming into that game. We played them in week 5, and Bearcats had taken some hits in their preseason and out of conference play to begin the year, playing 3 teams that were beaten by 3 teams that ended up going to at least the semifinals of their classification or the state champions, I believe, is that.
I think so.
And the 3A eventual 3A state champions came to Mena and defeated the Bearcats, and the Bearcats were ready for a victory and then able to carry that momentum all the way through. So hopefully the Bearcats can turn this around here in the second half. And like Scott was saying, I think one of the keys is the Bearcats need to get back in their game and don't play this emotional game, because the emotions, if you play emotionally, that's going to favor the Bulldogs.
I think that's going to be the difference. Can Mena rein it in and control themselves, not get caught up and not get any unnecessary penalties, and just play their brand of football?
So Chris McClenny says it's nice to hear a committee member on the broadcast. So what kind of committee are we talking about here?
And that
is this something I should know? Am I going to get in trouble here?
No, that's what we refer to ourselves. A
okay.
Group of friends that have been friends since elementary school, and so we say we're the committee and we're in business to do business.
All right,
whatever,
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. Chris McClenny is a legendary Bearcat. He absolutely one of those guys that when you're talking about some of the greatest Bearcats, he went on to play for, I believe, his UCA.
He played for UCA, played there, redshirt his freshman year, and then really started and contributed for 4 years.
4 straight years.
Yes,
I thought it was 3. I've told people it was 3. So obviously an actual committee member is able to correct me there on that. So obviously if you're able to hang around me very long, you could take my job. So anyway, I'm glad you got something else to do. So I'd like to thank Scott Moran for joining us up here for the halftime. You can stick around here, Scott.
Man, I
And,
would love to. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. And I'll tell you what, one thing that the Waldron Bulldogs consistently win is the battle of concession stand food. Do you have to agree with that?
I do. You know, you turned me on to these egg rolls at the start of the game. You told me about them, and of course I'd heard you brag on them for a few years now.
That's true. Yeah, I'm quite excited about making this game. We was at a trade show in Vegas, and it looked like I was going to miss it until this thing was pushed back here to Saturday. So I was thinking about that the minute I heard the news. I was like, my first thoughts, unfortunately, are about the egg rolls. And that's right, folks. If you get a chance to attend a Waldron football game, they hand roll the egg rolls right here in the press box. Or, well, underneath the press box.
I mean, they're amazing, and that's one of my favorite things about going to different football games around the state is the different foods. They're unique.
Absolutely unique to Waldron. They got the little family back there, and they're there every year. Tell you, we were here for a Little League game, and they were rolling egg rolls on a Saturday. I found out about it. I was wanting to call a timeout. What are you talking about? There's egg rolls back there. Let's go get some. That's pretty cool. That, and you know, one of the things you roll back to that, and you talk about the friendships that moms are trying to decide if they're going to let their boys play football. These friendships that are really cemented on the football field, and it's not necessarily during the games. It's all the practices, lifting weights, the time you spend together, the investment that you make with your friends and comrades here, and win, lose, or draw, those friendships are something that you carry with you for a lifetime.
You're absolutely right. The friendships you make among your teammates and the friendships, especially when you're in a small town like this, is the friendships you make with the coaches.
Yes.
You know, when I go to Mena, one of my stops is always going to be see Coach Horton.
Absolutely. When you told me you got to go see Coach Horton, I was kind of jealous. So it's one of those things. He just always brings a smile to your face, and the kind of respect that man garners in this community. And you got to think generations of Bearcats that he's coached. And, you know, I got to put Coach Marshall in that same line.
Absolutely.
Man,
Coach Marshall.
Just an absolute treasure.
Any chance you can be around Coach Marshall, Coach Horton, Coach Bunch, Coach Sher, any of those older guys like that, we just, you know, I cherish those. You know,
the nicest thing is they're nice enough to even lie to me and tell me they're proud of me. So I always appreciate that. And Coach Marshall even has the added investment to, I swear, if that ticker says I've got 3 people watching, one of them's Ken Marshall. Every time.
That is awesome.
even we would goof up on the tape delay back when we were doing this with the college, and it was only be shown on the Access channel on tape delay. Coach Marshall would tell me my goof ups or something that I got wrong or something like that, so I knew, you know, and nobody watched those.
That's right.
I don't think so. But Coach Marshall always watched. I guarantee you my phone's beating right now. He said, thanks for the kind words, and tell Scott tell Scott hello. So right there, that happened live right there on the air, Coach Marshall. So thanks for watching.
You know, Coach Marshall, being my brother's 9 years older than me, and Coach Marshall coached him. And Kyle grew up early and, you know, was big when he was in high school and junior high. And I guess Coach Marshall assumed that I was going to have that big growth spurt.
He was.
So 7th grade year, I was an offensive lineman.
All right.
Thanks to Coach Marshall. I was a guard.
He saw the genetics that didn't happen.
But I never grew, so, you know.
It just didn't happen.
But you know, speaking of Bearcats success, how about I just got a text from Rodney Rowland, the 6th grade Bearcats. That team won the championship tonight over Boonville.
Boy, that is big.
59-36.
59-36. The Bearcats bring home the bacon here at the Little League Championship in the 6th grade. So nice to see more of that happening. That's something that we didn't have, and something that is really important. A lot of times I think it's not the football that you're teaching. It's just it's the fact that you're getting the parents and the families and everybody that used to the idea that come August, that's football season. Don't play in your weddings. Don't play in your funerals. Nobody gets to die. Because you got football to play.
That's right. There should never be any fall weddings.
No, never. I was absolutely appalled whenever that happens. But It does at times, but I believe it's a bad sign for that marriage. You've got to you've got to get your priorities straight because, you know, August to November, it's football season. So we got 5 minutes left here before the start of the second half. I'd like to thank everybody for joining us. We're going to take a short break here before bringing you second half action. And again, you can during the broadcast, and it's great interacting with everybody. And like I said, Joe Martinez guarantees me that Jaden don't flinch. So with that, I'm going to predict a Bearcat victory here in the second half. We'll see everybody back here.
All right.
Basketball season is right around the corner. The orange and black game scrimmage will be occurring this coming Monday night. Junior girls followed by the junior boys, then senior girls followed by the senior boys. Admission into the game will be $2 per person.
Which one was mine?
The one without the, yeah, that one.
All right.
These came off of something.
bad for last.
We got a minute left.
I got a lot of
30 seconds
expectations.
left.
So not too bad.
Their halftime. Mena hasn't been. Yeah, before the warm-up time. Oh, these are so cool. Yeah.
They're making a point.
What?
They're making a point.
Oh, we should get our papers printed. Really? What happened?
How cold it is.
I don't know why. Yeah. So Mena's coming out on the field right now. I try my best. It becomes hard, but then I just randomly spill out something and I just continue the conversation. Sometimes with myself. No, Dad's on the live stream. He ain't listening.
All right, students, get your tickets out. We're about to announce a couple sets of tickets. If the number that is announced matches the number on your ticket, please come to the press box to receive your prize. The first ticket number is 807-553. Again, that's 807-553. The next ticket number is 807-593. 807-593. Also, at this time, we'd like to announce that there was a phone found. If you are missing your phone, please come to the press box and identify it. You can have your phone back.
The second half kickoff is brought to you by First Financial Bank. Also, I could probably just go over the conference preview, which is also brought to you by University of Arkansas Ridge Mountain. The conference game for us that's playing today. Most everybody either played Thursday. Malvern and Nashville played today.
One of them played today.
But pretty much Arkadelphia is the number one seed in the 7-4. Malvern follows up behind them, and then you have Nashville and then Ashdown. And then this battle right here, Mena versus Waldron, is for that last spot into playoffs. We got a minute still remaining here. Hopefully, Mena's mindset coming back into this game, heading into the third quarter, will be let's not get as many penalties. That's been the key factor against us, our holding penalties and our back to some Bearcat football. Again, this game is this win streak started in 1994.
Yes.
1994, and from then on, Mena.
And we're moments away here, folks, from kickoff here in the second half, and Bearcats trailing 14-7. They'll be kicking it away to the Waldron Bulldogs. No, there's going to be some adjustments here at halftime. We'll see what the Bearcats can come up with to help slow down this Waldron Bulldog 14 unanswered points.
Got to figure out a way to sustain a drive, Clint, and do whatever we can. Be extra clean with the penalties because you know the black and whites are going to be sitting there looking for it.
Yep.
Anything that they can have a chance to call, they're going to call.
Got to You know, it's like Scott was saying there at halftime. It's just we got to play our game and not get so emotional here.
And we've been in a game just like this about 2 years ago, Clint.
Yep, exactly. Jair Hernandez with the kickoff here. Kick is away, and it is into the end zone. It's going to land at the 2-yard line and then bounce into the end zone. Waldron's going to take over at their own 20. Bearcat defense takes the field here.
You know, that ball he kicking that into the wind.
Good wind, too. Flag standing out there. See if Haie can't bring the heat here as well from his safety spot.
65, is that Max Rocha getting?
75.
Oh, 75.
That's right, we already announced that, Pete. 6th grade championship. Pete Rose's proud dad is just texted me that the 6th grade won the Little League championship.
Who were they playing tonight?
Boonville. Hand off again to Logan Young. He picks up where he left off and looked like the ball came loose and went out of bounds. I'm not sure about that, though.
But tackled him for just a minimal gain, Clint.
Short gain. I thought he'd made the edge there a little bit more, but he only got a couple yards on the play. Going to be 2nd and 8. I was mentioning to Scott, there's no telling what the adjustment. A lot of times you can't see what Coach Bentley will draw up at halftime from the formation. Boy, they knew exactly what was coming somehow.
They basically shot the gap he was running in, and, you know, just a yard gain on that. So
going to be a 1-yard gain, going to bring up 3rd and 7. It was like as soon as they got down in the formation, it could just be a fact that just what they had called. It's going to be a toss out to the other running back, and got a flag on the play. Hold on the Waldron Bulldog. That's going to be declined. It's going to be 4th and 8.
Well, every penalty has gone against the Bearcats tonight, and you just felt that was somehow or another is going to find a way to be against the Bearcats, and you saw nothing that the Bearcats could have done there. And they did call it against the Waldron Bulldogs.
It's going to be a loss on the play. Going to bring up 4th and 9.
Going to bring both Elijah and Haie deep for this.
Elijah Smith and Haie Hernandez deep to return the punt. Another flag.
Offsides on the Bearcats.
So that's still going to be 4th and 4. Don't want to be making mistakes like that. It's the sound of a not so proud parent. Be 4th and 4 on the play. 10:26 left here in the 3rd quarter. Got to get your composure, Anthony. This is high school football, man, at its best.
Oh, that's what
Snap
makes it
is
so
back.
fun.
It's low. Thing's going to turn over. It's going to look really nice. Boy, it looked really shaky there, but he came in with it.
Yeah. he called for the fair catch late, and good. Hey, just what you wanted to see happen from the Bearcat defense.
3
You
and
come out of half.
Good point.
Because we had to kick the ball off to Waldron, and we had all the momentum there towards the end of the half, and we're able to get the stop. And now you're going to give the ball back here to the offense, and you know the first couple drives we were moving the ball like crazy. We just killed ourselves with the penalties, Clint.
Got that wing T formation, handoff to Jaden Felix. It's going to be the reverse to Michael Sullivan. Michael Sullivan is not going to hurdle anybody this time. He's just going to gain it the old-fashioned way on the ground. 17-yard gain by Michael Sullivan. It's going to be a first down Bearcats. It's going to be right at midfield.
And that's been something that's worked all year long against anybody we've played.
Good news is nice seeing number 33 out there, and he looks to be walking around smoothly.
Yeah, they got a little extra tape on it at halftime. Got some, I call it icy hot, but whatever you want to put on it.
They call it. It's going to be fake to Jaden Felix. It's going to be a rare keep by Corcoran. Corcoran's got some good feet, and but he's not able to get loose that time. It's going to be a short gain, maybe 2 yard on the play.
Well, he wanted to kick it up in a little bit quick right off tackle, but if he'd have gone for that edge, I think he had it there, Clint. That a little bit of hesitation let the defender get to him.
It's kind of odd because last year, they brought him in with that spin offense. He came in 4 rows every now and then and very effective running the ball. I formation now. Going to hand it off to Jaden Felix. Jaden Felix is going to plow forward. It's going to be a nice gain, maybe about 4. Bring up a manageable 3rd and 5. It's in Waldron territory.
And you do have freshman Rocha out there on that offensive line in the second half, Clint. So now you've seen 3 of the little freshmen that have come in to help them out here for tonight's game and potentially into the playoffs.
Things just got a little bit tougher. You got Jaden off on the sideline here. He's just fighting that ankle. Boy, you feel bad for that kid. Potentially his last game as a Bearcat if they can't come up with a victory here, and he wants it bad. Quick throw out to the outside, complete to Elijah Smith. Elijah Smith heads north and south. Nice gain on the play. Going to be a gain of about 15 on the play. Going to be a first down Bearcats.
But, hey, that play right there is made by the blocking out there. That play doesn't happen unless you get some good blocking out there in space. And
a nice crisp throw and catch, but you're right. That's nobody ever talks about that, but that block can really be effective. And it's actually something you can go back to again and again if that's something that the players will block for. Same formation. This time it's handed off to Brody Peters. It's going to head north and south. It's going to be another good 5-yard gain.
He run out of bounds right there.
You do have a freshman, Max Rocha. What spot's he in?
I think he's in that right guard, maybe.
That's his spot was on the freshman team. 7:27 left here in the third quarter. Going to go back to the I formation.
Yeah, it is that right guard spot.
Five seconds on the play clock. They hand off to the fullback, Brody Peters. He's going to plow forward. Going to be a gain of, looks like 3 on the play.
That was Michael Sullivan that they gave the ball to right there.
Really? Okay, Michael Sullivan with the carry from the fullback spot. Going to gain 3 on the play. Going to be a 3rd and 2. Big play right here for the Bearcats. Got to think it's probably 2 down territory.
I think it's definitely 2 down territory right here.
I formation. Double team. Max Rocha plows the guy backwards right there.
And that was a great lead block by
Michael.
Michael was leading the way right there into the hole, and Brody just ran right in behind him.
Tell you what, I know he bent that thing to the outside, but the center guard double team right there and the nose guard was absolutely devastating. Back in the shotgun formation. They're going to hand off to Brody Peters. He's going to go to the left side of the field. He's loose into the secondary. Steps over a defender. He's going to be down at the 1.
just glad they didn't flag him for jumping over the guy.
I know. That's exactly what I was thinking. It's like never crossed my mind until that last play. We did get a correction from Greg Alshire that's a common call. I mean, it's gonna get called every time. So color us wrong once again. Of course, nobody watches this for accuracy. I formation, Bearcats first and goal from the 2. They're going to give it to the fullback, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bearcats.
And that's exactly how you draw it up. Just get behind that young offensive line right there, and let's just march it down the field. And got a chance here to tie it up, and Haid's going to give this kick, and got the stop on defense, and you march it right down the field on the offense. We're right back here in this ball game, and it's going to be a good one to finish out, Clint.
Snaps back, kick is up, and it's good. So at 5:43, they tie ball game here as the Bearcats come back and regain the momentum, which they lost really from about halfway through the first quarter on.
Yeah, definitely from the second quarter.
Well, yeah, it was the second quarter. You got to say from the time that the flag was thrown for the hurdle.
Yeah, it was just we had no momentum right there because every time we did get positive play, we got a holding penalty, blah, blah, blah. And then the personal foul for hurdling, and then the sideline over there made the tackle, and
another personal foul.
We get pushed out of bounds and thrown down, and then somehow we get flagged for it.
I think another one of our sponsors, University of Arkansas at Rich Mountain.
No, we left them off the first half announcements, didn't we?
Shh. No, we didn't.
You did.
No.
I didn't do it.
Absolutely.
I told you. You need to get that one.
No. It's Coach Marshall's fault. We'll pick that up here later.
Philip don't listen to us anyway.
He doesn't listen. He'll never know. Kick is up. Boy, they're just going to let it bounce right at the 1 yard line. It goes into the end zone for the touchback.
They keep doing that for High. He's going to say, I'm going to bounce this thing on the 10, and we're going to go recover this thing.
Guarantee you, they're not paying enough attention.
They don't know him like we know him.
Coach, you want me to put a little backspin on this? I'll stop her for you.
I got a sandwich in my repertoire right here.
Let me draw that club. Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by University of Arkansas at Rich Mountain. Go continue your educational opportunities right here in Polk County. University of Arkansas at Rich Mountain.
The Bucks.
Great stuff going on there. Got motion right here. It looked like it was going to be an option look. Bearcats immediately swarm the quarterback under right there. Quarterback chooses to keep it. They have not been able to get Young going here in the second half so far.
No, whatever Coach Bentley saw at halftime, and he got the guys coached up, is something they're seeing, and the linebackers are reading. Now they're attacking
going
where they
forward.
should be.
That's a good point. That's a good point. It's like once they're moving right with some initial read, and again, just right on cue. That's why Anthony's a color guy. Brody Peters meets big number 32. They're not able to get Logan Young going here in the second half yet. Seeing Case and Davis sort of carrying the load so far here early on.
It's got to be something in that regard, because now that whatever the linebackers are keying on right now, they're attacking that as soon as they see it, and we're meeting the guy at the line of scrimmage.
Dropping back to pass. It's going to be a quick throw. It's a slant. Brody Peters recognizes it, and he's over there to make contact. That's one of the things I was speculating. Maybe they told him to forget your drops on the pass coverage, just dedicated to the run. And I believe that the coaching staff at Waldron was speculating, but had he made that catch, it would have been bang, bang.
He would have been short of the first down, Clint.
Yep.
When you got Elijah and you got Haid both back deep here, so let's see who the punter elects to kick this thing to. And Haid's going to get the chance.
Jahi Hernandez with the ball. He's got the edge down to the 20, spins.
And what a return.
All the way back to the 15-yard line.
And this, you're just going to set it up right here in a quick strike, and it's a good way to put a little distance right here. We've already got the momentum going in our favor, so let's just put our foot on the gas and let's rock and roll. And that was just a great blocking by the punt return team, and how he picked his lane really good right there. But you know what he did? When he received the football right there, Clint, he got going north and south.
Boy.
And didn't check up.
Didn't check up.
One guy missed with a little quick cut, and then he's gone.
This is one thing. There is no lack of bravery when it comes to Hernandez. Caleb is in motion. Caleb Cox is going to hand it off to Jaden Felix is back in the ball game. That's big news. Seems like he's somehow able to loosen that thing up.
They put a little extra layer of tape on it and make it a little bit stiffer. He's not going to have as much mobility, but
they're going to probably ran down to the Walmart. I was going to say they closed the Walmart here. Got some epoxy or super glue or something.
Yeah, you got the Harvest Food, though.
Harvest Food. I don't know how it works. 2nd and 6. That's just a 4-yard gain on the play. Jaden Felix, the fullback, is going to hand it off inside play to Michael Sullivan. Michael Sullivan stays on the ground this time. Touchdown Bearcats as they take the lead. The score is 20-14. It's all Bearcats here in the third quarter.
Well, Ian's down here just saying, hey, calm down, Mama. Calm down, Mama. It's going to be okay.
He's happy.
She was worried that he was going to get another penalty on him, but
Frank Belford mentions that so we're lining up here for the extra point. Jair Hernandez with a very important extra point. Frank Belford mentions that Coach Autry was his coach, so he goes all the way back into the 70s. Autry went on to coach longtime Van Buren Pointers coach. He was an assistant under Lonnie Barron. The other assistant was Frankie Vines, who went on to coach the Alma Airedales for basically ever.
Yep.
Easily, I think, over 25 years. So Bearcats are kicking away here again here in second half action.
Vines or Vining?
Vines.
Vines.
V-I-N-E-S. Jair Hernandez again with the kickoff. We'll see. This time, boy, they backed up. They backed up another 7 yards. Looks like there's an intent to return here. Launches it a little bit deeper. He does catch it at the 5. It's coming back at the top of the field. He's loose. He's back into the secondary, but they're able to hem him in that second line of defense. Gets it all the way out to the 35.
Got a good return out of it, but let's get the defense out there and let's put a little stop to that.
Boy, you got to wonder because, I focused in at that right guard spot, and he's comboing on with some double teams and just absolutely just devastating there on the right side there on that drive.
Yeah, eventually what you'll be able to do is you'll be able to combo, get that block taken care of, and go to the second level.
Go to the second level,
and
exactly, get them back.
When you're able to get that part going, then you can start picking up
special.
chunks. Yes.
Talking OU Sooners. We don't have a Jamel Holloway, though. This time it's handed off, and it's, again, low. You're not seeing Logan Young carrying the ball. It's Kason Davis. And you got to wonder if he got some sort of an injury situation or something. He's not on the field, is he?
He's not even on the field.
Logan Young is not on the field.
I don't see him on the sidelines either, Clint. That was 35, right?
35,
yeah.
Yes.
Maybe he decided to go spotlighting.
Coach told him he got to at least give me a half. Got to give me a half.
Excuse me.
Quarterback elects to keep the ball that time, but he's back out on the field right now.
Well, for all the penalties that went against us in the first half, we were getting a couple of those calls back for us in the second.
It's going to make it 2nd and 12, and that's, running type offense. It's not good news. Of course, it's never good news, but it's worse whenever you're dependent on that 4 or 5 yard chunk. That's not going to get you to the sticks. Quarterback drops straight back. It looks like he's going to try to throw deep. Trying to get to the sidelines. He does get to the sidelines. He's run out of bounds after a gain of about 3 on the play.
Boy, Tristan Crane just blew past his man, and if he was able to stop a little bit quicker, he just couldn't. His momentum was carrying him past the quarterback.
He blew right past him, didn't he? Boy, you see Tristan Crane do that at times. He just absolutely, he doesn't win a little bit. He wins by a lot. Third and 10 right here.
He's not the biggest defensive lineman, but he's got some quickness to him that he's able to whip some guys.
Bearcats with 5 guys on the line of scrimmage. Tristan Crane again back in the backfield, flushes him out of the pocket. It floated up in the air, almost picked off by Elijah Smith, but it's incomplete. Going to bring up 4th and 10, minute 54. Again, it looks like the Bearcats are going to be able to force a punt by the Waldron Bulldogs here in third quarter action.
And then hang on to this momentum that we've got.
The really good news is, for the most part, that last drive was engineered, without Jaden Felix. You kind of get to a point where you're leaning on you lean on one guy, it begins to be a crutch. And you're seeing some of the other players step up. Snaps back, handled rough there. It's going to bounce. Jair Hernandez is going to get it. He's going to go for a spot down the sidelines. He's going to be rudely upended at around the 30.
Kind of got Superman right there, didn't he?
Not going to hurt him, though. Boy, how he has developed into he's just a thick kid now, isn't he?
Yeah, he's not very tall, and he's still going to grow and get bigger and stronger. Maybe not grow any taller, but he's going to get stronger. More mentally hard-headed.
I don't know if that's possible. No. Which number do you want me to put it on, Coach? Got 2 receivers split. They're running the I formation. Going to hand it off. It's Jaden Felix. Jaden Felix is caught by a jersey. That's not going to do it. You don't grab a Sherman by the jersey.
No,
doesn't do any good.
The only way it might is if you weighed about 400.
Yeah. Jaden, he's going to get his 8 yards and come over to the sidelines. Nice gain on the play. Going to be 2nd and 2. Brody Peters is in that running back slot. Going to hand it to Brody Peters. Brody Peters turns up the field hard. He's going to be a nice run on the play. Might be enough for a first down. I believe it is.
It's going to be. I think he got all the way to the 40.
Nice carry by Brody Peters.
And that's where they're going to mark it, right at the 40-yard line. Looks like our radio broadcast crew's over here having fun with the crowd interaction.
Joining in. Single back is again, didn't know it's Jaden Felix. Jaden Felix with the carry this time. Plows forward. This time it's going to be kind of a short gain.
Kind of went down awkwardly right there. So I think
coming back out.
Yeah, be sparingly with Jaden right here with you having the momentum. So
it's going to be 2nd and 8, maybe 7. 2nd and 7. Clock is ticking. They're going to let this run out, and they're going to be content to run into they're going to be content to run this clock down and go into the 4th quarter with the lead 21-14. Let's thank another one of our sponsors, Union Bank of Mena. Starting here, 4th quarter action, Waldron so far in the second half has had 9 plays in 3 possessions for a total of 5 yards.
Yeah, this Bearcat defense has been swarming to the ball. We've talked about it a little bit, but something that Coach Bentley saw at halftime, and he keyed those linebackers in on it, and it's just imploded on Waldron right here.
Absolutely. It's like they're reading whatever the first 2 steps are, and that's it. They're going. They're committing, and it's been extremely effective. Waldron has yet to have a first down here in the second half. Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Union Bank of Mena. Union Bank of Mena is the only bank headquartered in Polk County, Arkansas. Union Bank, we care so much about this community because it's our home too. We have the friendliest people and the fastest decisions. So come to Polk County's only hometown bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. My wife is off in Oklahoma City shopping, and I hope they
bless your heart,
have some slow decisions if she calls.
We'll go down here and see if we can get your line of credit
slow
bumped
down
a little bit.
I don't want a fast decision. Or say no. Please.
Every now and then, just say no.
Just say no. Nancy Reagan. I formation. Going to hand off to, I believe it's Brody Peters, and it's going to be a short gain, if any.
About 3 yards. No. Would you?
Bring
I
up third,
was paying
5.
attention a little bit right there to that freshman right guard in this spot, and he just blows his man up.
Blew him up, didn't
Yes.
he? I mean, it's every time I
He moved him back
him.
3 yards that time.
Yeah, and he's huge. It's a big outweighs Rocha probably, 60 pounds, 70. It's hard to tell. He's a lot taller.
He's got some height, and he's thick too. So.
Roach is a kid that does it. He's got a good body, but he does it with technique. Time he moves out to the outside, so the ball is in Escobar's hand now. It's going to be a big gain of about 15 on the play.
We got that gum flag on the play here. And that was going to be about a 15-yard gain there by Escobar. And Escobar gives you a little bit different dynamic there coming out of the backfield. He's got a little bit more shiftiness, probably a little bit more top-end speed than but he's not going to be as physical.
Yeah, not going to be able to run anybody over. He's going to take it from 15-yard gain, going to back him up 10 from the spot of the foul. It's going to be 3rd and 11. Escobar got the ball that time in a spot where we've seen Michael Sullivan get it before. Twin receivers down here at the bottom of the screen. He's going to drop back. He's going for the screen right here, and it's Jaden Felix with the ball. Lumbers forward and just plows over the Waldron would-be tackler right there.
In classic Jaden Felix style, I'm not sidestepping you.
No.
I'm not hurdling you. I'm going right through your chest.
Jaden has yet to draw a hurdling penalty in his career.
That ankle's feeling a little bit better as he comes off to the sideline right there.
It's a very awkward celebration. I formation.
Well, kind of typical to how he runs the football.
Kind of, yeah. Going to hand it off to Brody Peters. Brody had a little gap right there, and he does his Jaden Felix impression. makes contact 2 yards deep, but goes ahead and gains 5 on the play. Make that 6. Going to be 2nd and 4.
And that's a good 6-yard pickup right there on first down, bringing up 2nd and short. That's
Yep.
You just don't dial it up much better than that right there.
And he had contact. I mean, because it was hard contact at 2 yards deep, and then he just rides the defender four more yards. Slide adjustment there. They're staying in this I formation. This right side of the formation's bending way too far back. Motion is tossed back, and it's mishandled. Brody's able to get a hold of the ball. Brody's able to hang on to the ball, but it slowed him down enough. It's going to be a loss on the play, going to bring up 3rd and 9. Nine minutes left here in the 4th quarter.
Ian's down there petting his wife. It's calm down, sweetie. And he knows we're making fun of her right now.
Ashley got her $5 worth. Hand off to Jaden Felix. Jaden Felix decides to change direction. He plows forward. Still on his feet because he has not made contact with the ground. First down, Bearcats. Gain of 20, maybe 18 to 20 on the play. Jaden never touched the ground. And that is a play that happened against us in 2020 where we spin a guy across the ground and he kept on going. It's really what sparked the Waldron Bulldogs, and now turnabout is fair play.
Yeah, and that gave them all the momentum in the game, and we had to come back late just to win that game.
Had some substitutions across the line of scrimmage, and the Bearcats never looked back again to get their only conference championship since 1996. Back in that I formation, going to hand it off to the fullback. Nice gain on the play. It's Michael Sullivan.
And Michael's had a pretty good game here tonight.
Game.
You know, he's playing multiple positions, playing in that slot and that wing back spot, and now you're lining him up at fullback and letting Brody play the tailback spot. And you forget that's you still got sophomores out here playing, and it's
got freshmen.
And now you got some freshmen out there playing, so. Gabe give him a little hard count, trying to get him to jump off. And
hand off to, is that Michael or Brody?
That's Brody.
Brody.
Able to make the first guy kind of ducked underneath the arm tackle right there. But bringing up, it's going to be
nice
3rd and short right here.
Nice gain, going to be 3rd and short. Had that line of scrimmage stacked, but that young right guard is getting good. He's taking his guy and driving him back to the point that the linebacker's bending backwards, having to run around the pile, so to speak.
Just line up, quarterback sneak, and kind of sneak it right in behind Rocha right here.
Yeah, they got the middle of it wide open. Going to bring it back. It's going to be Jaden Felix. Going to lunge forward. It's going to be first down Bearcats down at the 14-yard line. Bearcats are threatening here to go ahead 2 scores. There's 6:49 left to go in the ball game.
And Jaden, for his whole career, I mean, if you need a yard, you put Jaden in there and say, go get me a yard there, big boy.
He could do it as a sophomore. Back in trips formation. Quick throw out to the outside. Surely they're going to call that. They call that incomplete, so ball is incomplete. Elijah just looked to run it maybe a little before he had brought that ball in. Ball's incomplete, going to bring up 2nd and 10.
You know, where the play before that we kind of ran that similar play, that was more of a bubble there, though, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
We didn't block that well out there on the edge in space. And if we're able to do that and he's able to come down with it, it'd be a big gain, Clint.
Could have been a big gain right there. Well, we had him outnumbered. Of course, it depends on what the block was, like you were saying.
Yeah, we missed the block out there that time. That's why the guy was all over him.
This time, Gabe Corker keeps the ball going to the right side of the field. It's going to be enough for a first down. Ball's down around the 1 yard line. It's going to be first and goal, Mena. Where are they spotting at, Anthony?
It's going to be about the 3.
Okay.
No, they're not.
Oh, wow. Okay. It's a bad angle.
It's first down. First and goal from about the 3.
About the
3.
3. So Bearcats with first and goal. Clock's at 5:50 and ticking.
And I still like the idea of giving your quarterback an option to run the ball here because we know Gabe can run the ball.
We've not seen it a lot.
But we have not seen it all year long that much.
Anything that's called. Jaden Felix with the ball and a rare stop, tackle for loss. It's going to be a loss of, more than 5. Brings it all the way back to the 9 yard line, so second and goal from the 9. So you back up 5 yards.
We had just some missed blocks there on that left side of the offensive line. You know you had a linebacker coming, so somebody didn't pick somebody up there.
I formation. Going to give the ball to Jaden Felix once again. Jaden gets hit, shifts position, and heads forward. It's going to be a gain of about 3. It'll be third and goal from the 5 yard line.
Just inside.
One thing you got to think, a field goal right here. You don't want to be taking any chances and turning the ball over.
No, because a field goal makes it a 2-score game.
I'm not sure I don't just shift the ball, plow forward, take what you can get a 2-score. Almost puts this thing out of reach. Just don't want to turn it over. Hand off to Jaden Felix. Jaden Felix, he's into the end zone, and that settles it.
Yeah, that's good blocking that time on the left side.
So much
got a big push, and then you had your sniffer guy out there that picked up a good block, and Jaden basically walked in untouched. He crossed the line before he got touched.
One of his easier touchdowns of his career. So that takes the score to 27-14 with the extra point. 28. So just like that, Waldron is down 2 scores. So you have that hurdling call, early in the second quarter, and is really all Waldron with 14 unanswered points. And and
that just kind of took the wind out of the Bearcats' sail, that one penalty from that point on, it was
that last drive is 72 yards, and it took off 9 minutes and 42 seconds. Holy cow.
When you're sitting there just ramming it down their throat.
We have I don't really know how to act. I feel like I need to sit up straighter because we have like a real stat department.
Our really
stat department. I don't really know
department.
how to give good stats. I'm used to just making them up. So, Scott Moran is really paying attention. He can count. He didn't have his shoes off or anything, and
had all of his toes.
Mm-hmm. 9 minutes off the clock was just a dagger because Waldron, again, they depend on that ground game. So Waldron's going to have to get out of their comfort zone. That kickoff is powerful right into the end zone. So Waldron's going to have to go 80 yards. I didn't see what happened. Ashley wasn't happy.
Well, number 53 was sitting there hitting on one of our guys kind of after the play was out of the end zone.
Giving him the business?
Giving him the business. Right in front of the side judge here.
They're ready to get out of this one. This is a charged atmosphere here tonight. Two teams fighting for a playoff berth. Spread formation. Quarterback drops straight back. Waldron's trying to go to the air. He's working his way to the sidelines. He throws it, incomplete. Maddox Medlin
was chasing him down. Had his track shoes on and just came up a little short. Of course, the Waldron faithful over there across the way were wanting a penalty on high E there on the sidelines, but
Brody Peters was in his pass drop there, and he made nice contact with the side judge. I think that's what the fans were cheering about. Again, the quarterback's dropping straight back. He's got some room in front of him to run, but he goes to the air, and it falls incomplete. Jair Hernandez on the coverage.
Just step for step for him right there.
If that would have been accurate, I think Jair would have had a chance to make a play on the ball.
Yeah, I think so too.
Overthrown. 3:46 left to go in the ball game. It's 3rd and 10. Waldron's chose to go exclusively to the air. They try to mount a comeback. I believe they have yet to get a first down here in the second half.
No, I don't think they have. They have not had a first down in the second half.
Quarterback again rolling to his right side. He has nobody open. He throws across his body. It's complete. It's going to bring up 4th and short. That was a heck of a catch.
That was a great catch. He saw him late, kind of breaking back.
But, boy, I'm not sure. They gave him a horrible spot.
No, that's about right.
Quarterback again drops straight back. He's got pressure. He flushed out by Crane. Again, the ball falls incomplete. They are absolutely playing games with the clock right here. Not running it. It's going to be a change of possession, so they do stop it this time. Coach Bentley saw what was happening and is sitting there pointing at the clock saying, pay attention.
Is Chase over there in Waldron?
Yeah, Waldron's version of Chase. Chase would be helping us. Give him some credit.
Yeah, it's, kind of looking at this thing here tonight, Clint. We may have to give the player of the game to the defense, total defense here, for what they've done here in the second half.
Shutout here in the second half.
Shutting them down. Maybe you can throw Coach Bentley in there. He did something at halftime.
Heck of a second half adjustment. Hand off to Jaden Felix. He's going right behind that freshman at that right guard. Going to be a gain of about 8 on the play.
I believe that's
Brody.
I think Jaden. I don't think you got Jaden in there right now. I see Jaden on the sidelines.
Okay. Nice carry by Brody Peters.
We saw Brody kind of break out of his shell. What was that, 2 weeks ago? Yep. And realize, hey, I can break a couple of these tackles. I can run over a couple of these guys. I'm not just a sophomore anymore.
It's a good combination with Cannon and Rocha there on the right side of the offensive line. It's time they try the left side. Not able to maintain contact.
Should be enough for the
first
first
down.
down.
For the first down, though. So first down, Bearcats, 2:30. Tell them to wind the clock. Bearcats, the 2-score lead, just want to run that clock down, get out of here.
And you forget, and we got the 28-14 lead, but this is a 14-7 ball game with Waldron leading us at the halftime.
Waldron offensively was just getting off, 4 or 5 yard chunks minimum at a time. Consistent basis, handoff to the fullback. It's going to be Michael Sullivan.
Not a whole lot of gain right there, but, we're coach sitting here saying, all right, let's just chew this clock off. Let's get out of here with a win. Let's keep everybody as healthy as we can right now. So I guess with the time clicking off here, Clint, we can kind of talk a little bit about next week.
Next week, are we getting ahead of ourselves?
No. We shouldn't be ahead of ourselves with a 14-point lead with –
So next week we're going to be facing a familiar opponent in the Ozark Hillbillies. It's a team that now looks very much like us. It's going to be a team that concentrates on the – it's a fumble on the play. So, wow. They're going to call it a fumble on the play, the 6-yard line. See, I told you we spoke too soon.
Well, if they scored 14 points in
minute
a minute
18.
18.
It's going to have to be really quick on the snap. Quarterback drops straight back. Flushes forward in the pocket, and I believe he's going to be gathered up. We got a flag. No, he comes out.
The ball, it was a fumble. It was a fumble. We almost recovered it in the end zone for a touchdown.
Wow.
But number 35, Logan
Young
recovers it and gets it out for just a 3-yard loss.
Minute 8 seconds left in the ball game. I'd like to encourage everybody to come out to Ozark. Game will be in Ozark. It's going to be a middle screen to Logan Young. Logan Young is breaking tackles. He ends up being leg whipped by Jair Hernandez.
He probably did that on purpose.
I would imagine. He made it look like an accident.
You got this Ozark potential game next week. It's been in conference with them for the last 4 years. Great play by Jair Hernandez, knocking that ball away from the receiver.
Yep.
Quarterback put it in a great spot for him.
He did. Perfectly played by Jair Hernandez.
But with the conference realignment, we go south to the Southern Conference, and they moved up north with Shiloh moving out of that North Conference, and you got Ozark and Elkins and Gentry and Gravett and all those guys.
So they're not in 4-4A anymore?
Nope. Ozark's in the 1-4A.
Oh, wow. Quarterback again drops straight back, puts his foot in the ground, throws it as far as he can, right on the sideline.
Well, he's out of bounds.
Going to bring up 3rd down. Nicely played by Jair Hernandez. See a Waldron Bulldog helmet bouncing on the sideline. Coach Horton wouldn't let him do that.
That was the receiver that was out on that play.
Spread formation. Again, it's 3rd and 10. He is dropping straight back once again. Sean Sullivan is held. Throws it back across the field. It's complete. It's enough for a 1st down. Not able to get out of bounds, and it's 29 seconds, but they get to move the sticks.
I think that's Michael Sullivan that was in coverage there. I guess Ian didn't get the cramp pickle juice out.
It's got to be it. Ian's healthy now. He's not able to stay. He's holding his right arm. We got to hope that's okay.
Arm are growing. Man, you can't say enough. Mike's had a great game tonight.
He has.
He's been flying all over the place. He's got a big old grin on his face.
Yeah, he's happy. It's going to be okay.
I think he was doing that to show off.
Yeah,
so everybody had to see him come.
He got that. He could show off the great hair. So you got 29 seconds here. referees are conferencing here at midfield.
You know, he's kind of battled like a hip flexor or hip irritant. And that's looks like what he took a hit. The way he's hobbling around a little bit.
I don't know. It's his right arm, I'm saying.
No, it's
the hip again?
It's a hip or thigh.
He had that last week. He got a hit right on his hip. Quarterback again drops straight back. Throws it deep. He's got Jair Hernandez on coverage. I believe that's complete. It's going to be complete down right around the 12-yard line, 14. So Waldron still with some life, but there is only 20 seconds on the clock right here.
That kind of dropped right in between High and
Yep.
Is that Caleb Cox out there?
Yes. Got a stoppage of play here once again. Not really sure. Well, it was out of bounds. So 16 seconds left. Waldron with the ball. Drops straight back. Puts the ball up in the air. It's complete. Touchdown, Waldron Bulldogs with 9 seconds left to play. Waldron closes it from 14 down.
I can't believe the quarterback got that ball off because Tristan Crane was hanging all over him. He just whipped his guy at the line of scrimmage.
He walked right by the blocker and untouched. I think Tristan was so excited he couldn't believe he was back there so fast.
And he got it. Like I said, he had a hold of the quarterback to get the sack, and he was able to swing it out.
Waldron here lining up for the extra point.
And we had everybody drop back just for that type of play.
Yep. Snap is off. He ends up, boy, that was a great athletic play.
I can't believe he came back and got the ball set.
Wow. Kid needs to play baseball. Able to snag that snap that was way off, and it was a bullet. Ends up pulling it down. Ball bounces off the turf. You know, he gets his body pulled back up and gets it set, and in time for the kicker to get it off. Great play by Waldron right there to get that extra point. So now you're back to a one-score game, but the bad news for Waldron is that there's only 9 seconds left.
Yeah, you're going to have to fight off an onside kick right here is what you're going to have to do.
Like to thank everybody for joining us here on the broadcast tonight. And like to mention this Journalism 2 program that's done an excellent job this year of producing this broadcast. They make it so
we don't have to do anything.
No, exactly. Yeah.
We need all the help with these weak minds.
Exactly.
I'm talking about ours.
Our weak minds, exactly. I knew you meant that, but doing a great job bringing this broadcast to you. It's going to be an onside kick. Sure don't want to let something happen right here because they are going to have time to get a play off.
I'm just glad it didn't High E having to kick an onside to us.
I know. Not saying what the he's definitely advertising it's onside kick. Obviously it is. Going to be kicking it to the top of the screen, it looks like. Again, folks, there's 9 seconds left on the clock. pulls it back to the left. Kind of tried to do some misdirection there.
Well, you had the regular kicker was lined up going to the right.
Okay,
and
I looked down.
The guy to his right, one came in and kicked it left. So with the recovery of that, I mean,
now this game's over. We can talk about Ozark, or we can head to the truck. What do you want to do?
We're gonna line up in the best formation in football, the victory formation.
Victory formation. Boy, that was a great performance here by the Bearcats here in the second half. You got some adjustments here at halftime.
Thank you, Scott.
I'd like to thank Scott for the first
Thank you,
accurate
Mr.
stats
Philpott.
we've ever had. Good job.
Thank you, Rusty Bobby Wallace.
Rusty Bobby
for
Wallace.
manning the camera.
Manning the camera. I'd like to thank everybody and like to encourage everybody to make it out Friday night. Next Friday night, we'll be trying to bring you this broadcast, aren't we? Yeah. We will be there. As far as we know, we got to see if we have permission from the
William
AAA.
Wallace doesn't know.
But we would love for everybody to make that trip to Ozark, help support these Bearcats and their playoff berth that was just happened here tonight with this victory. So I'd like to thank everybody for coming out, for viewing and coming out here to the game. With that, we'll sign off.